Hi, and welcome to the video, Prepare to Meet the Moment. I'm Diego Cartagena, President and CEO of Betzedec Legal Services. We know that there's a great deal of anxiety in the community over the issue of family separation. In a moment, you'll hear from two experts, Leslie and Nicole, who will present information necessary to prepare yourself in case there is a family separation. First, I'd like to give thanks to Supervisor Han for making this video possible. Thank you.
Making a family preparedness plan for possible detention or deportation or removal is recommended. Feeling prepared can help with anxiety. Making a plan does not mean that you're increasing your chances of deportation or detention. If the worst happens, your family has a plan of action to help mitigate future harm.
Before having this conversation with your family, check in with yourself and address any uncomfortable feelings before speaking to your family. Connecting to preferred activities and community can help ease the anxiety during this time. Remember, you do not need to make all the decisions in one day. You can take it slow. Ask children and family members how they feel about the current immigration policies. Try to validate and normalize their experience. It's normal to feel worried, angry, or sad. If your children are very young, consider using more general terms like, our family is going to create a plan for emergencies, things like earthquakes or fires. Have a folder with all important documents, things like ID, passports, medical insurance, names of emergency contacts, school numbers, and doctor's numbers, and any other documentation that would be important for someone taking care of your children to know. Consider adding sentimental items like pictures, lists of favorite games or toys to help with this difficult transition. Be open to listening to your family's concerns. Some questions to ask: if I'm deported, what is the best for my family? Should children be reunited with parents in their home country or stay in the United States? What do the children want? Remember that being detained and deported can be a lengthy process, so whatever your decision, there's a possibility that your children will be without a parent or parents for weeks, if not months.
The Betzedec Toolkit lists most of the documents mentioned and what I will discuss. You may review for additional details when you have time. You may consider adding a caregiver affidavit and maybe a nomination of guardianship to your emergency family plan kit. Why? Because both of these forms can assist an adult you trust to take care of your child or children if you are unable to do so. Discuss the differences with the potential caregiver that you have chosen. What is a caregiver affidavit? The caregiver affidavit is an informal form. The person who agrees to have physical care of the child or children may sign the form when the child or children go live with them. And it does not have to be filed in court. It does not need to be notarized, so please don't waste your money. It gives the caregiver very limited rights, such as registering the child in school, getting vaccinations for school. This form is valid in California, and it is signed by the caregiver under penalty of perjury. You can pre-fill out the caregiver affidavit. You'll add the minor's name, date of birth of the minor, and the caregiver's name and address where the minor will be living. Check off if the caregiver is a qualified relative of the minor and if the parents have been advised of the use of the form. The form requires the caregiver's date of birth and the caregiver's driver's license or identification card number. Once the child is physically residing with the caretaker may sign the form. You'll need one form for each minor. Additional information about the form and limited rights is listed on the back of the form. You may call Betzedec if you need help filling out the form. Now, the GC-211 is a state form that is used in the guardianship. This form alone does not establish a guardianship, and it is only valid when it's filed and approved in state court with the additional documents. So adding this to the emergency kit doesn't mean that the adult designated has any rights. But if a parent is unavailable for a long period of time, or if the child will remain in the United States without a parent, a guardianship will be necessary. Please refer to the Betzedec Toolkit and Legal Aid resources to have more information and facts about a general guardianship process. Just as a basic, it does need to be filed in state court with all the additional documents for a guardianship. The GC-211 lets the judge know that the parents approve of this adult, which can speed up the process. Guardians can be family members and trusted adults over 18 years. here are some recommendations we have. Update documents for more peace of mind. Update the emergency contact related to your children at school and at the doctors. We recommend that you use the same person on the GC 211 nomination form that you use in the emergency contacts. We also recommend that you leave a caregiver affidavit pre-filled with pertinent information, including the name of the caregiver, so all they have to do is sign the form when needed. Please steer clear from using notaries or notarios if you want to designate the care of your child to a trusted adult. California does not recognize letters that give guardianship of children via notary. The custody and control of a child to another adult, not the parent, may be transferred only by way of a legal guardianship. We know this is not an easy decision, but there are people and organizations that want to help. Betzedec can assist a proposed guardian or a caregiver seek legal guardianship of a minor if they qualify for our services. If so, we provide free representation.
We have provided a lot of information. Remember, this is only a summary. You can find support and legal help in the following links. Thank you so much for your time.